I don't try to make an eyebrow that's not there. I just go along with my natural little situation I got going. So after I do my eyebrows, I like to do foundation. But actually, I'm sorry, before I do foundation, there's a product that I like to use on my skin. Where is it? Okay. Well, here it is. Sorry. Just kidding. So this stuff that I like to use is by Becca, and it's a primer. It's called Becca Backlit Priming Filter. It's a base, and it has like an iridescent shimmer to it, so it gives you that natural highlight. Also, give me a second. I need to wet my beauty blender. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 pumps of the Becca stuff, the primer filter stuff. I put everything on my counter because I like to be able to spread it thin, like on my beauty blender. So this you can rub on with your hands, but it's really shiny, so I like to put it on with my beauty blender. It also gets my beauty blender kind of like warmed up for my foundation. So that, and as you can see, it's kind of reflecting the light. It's really glowy. And I just put it across where I want to highlight. And, okay. Next, I'm going to go with foundation. I use this really simple, really affordable foundation from L'Oreal. It's L'Oreal True Match Lumi. It's kind of dewy. So if you have oily skin, this one isn't good for you. And yeah, I just learned that this one just matches the best. And I use the same piece of the beauty blender that I used for that primer. Because, again, this is light makeup. I want my foundation somewhat sheer, somewhat see-through. Because, yeah, it's daytime. We don't need to do all of that. Now, when you're applying it, I just apply it, sponge it on there. Make sure your beauty blender is super soft and damp. Apply it all the way to the ear, under your chin, all that. Across your eye. Cover up all the veins in between. And then your forehead, all across your forehead. And I love this foundation. It looks like skin. It's pretty. Again, let me turn down this light a little bit so you guys can try to see more of the realness. But yeah, looks like skin. Pretty, shiny. We will smooth it out with our powder. And the next step that I like to do is my concealer, which is a new step for me. I use NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in shade Macadamia. Now again, it's daytime, so you don't need too much. I just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, and then I like concealer right there. That's it for me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1. Kind of like a little triangle. And then just right there. Because sometimes I'm just like red. So I use my beauty blender again. Blend all this together. Blend it, blend it, blend it. Blend it until you can't see it. This one, blend, blend, blend. Blend the other eye. Tap it lightly. You gotta be really delicate with your under eyes. Otherwise, you can do more damage to them. Okay, so now that I've got that all blended in, no creases, I'm going to take a powder, and the powder that I've been using is Becca Hydra Mist Set and Refresh Powder. Because again, I don't like that chalky bake look, so I'm going to pop open my powder, and I just use this simple little brush. It's just like that. I get all the extra powder off because I don't need too much. And I look up and I just give it a swipe. A little swipe in the corners where I put it. That's it. Okay? That's it for that. You don't need too much. Doesn't need to be too powdery. Because what I learned is when you have too much powder there, it looks old. Like the skin will look old and dry. And that ain't the vibe. Yeah, that's not what we're going for. So after that, this is a new step that I've learned, and it is what I'm going to use to set my foundation and my whole face before I start doing other stuff. And this is Hourglass Radiant Light. It's like perfecting powder. Has like a light shimmer to it, but not too much of a shimmer. And this I just put everywhere on the whole face. Again, if you're oily, this might not be for you because it's perfecting, and it has somewhat of a matting finish, but again, it's shimmery, so don't forget it still has that shimmer to it. But this just makes everything dry and not like it's gonna rub off your face at any time. So that's on. Powder is good to go. Next step is going to be bronzer, and I use all different kinds of bronzers, but as of lately I've been using the Fenty Beauty in Cocoa Naughty. It's always good to have a bronzer that doesn't have a shimmer in it, and Rihanna's bronzers are very matte. Sorry, it looks really dark because the shadow's over it. That's the color, not that one. That's the color there. But her bronzers don't have a shimmer, which is good because you're shimmery enough with the primer, you're shimmery enough with the finishing powder, you're shimmery enough with the foundation, you're going to be shimmery with the blush and the highlight. Something can be matte, and I think it's the bronzer is the best. So because I'm not good at contouring and all that, all those special tricks, I use a big brush, the biggest brush I can find. I just tap it in there, and basically I just tap and give myself a tan. Very, very simple. See that? And I'm just going to go all around the edges of my face and my hairline and just tap and give yourself a little suntan. Where the sun would naturally hit you, that's where you want to tan yourself up. And when you use a huge brush like this, you don't have to do that contour stuff because this does it for you. It just finds it on your face. Now the bottom half, you want to go a little lighter, and you just want to dust it along from your ear down your jaw. From your ear, really softly, and then get your neck. Use the extra powder that you have and blend it to your neck. And then like that on the other side, blend down to the neck. Neck. And if you want, you can just kind of dust the extra on your nose. Gives you that nice tan. Warms up your face. Makes you look healthy and like you have a little suntan. Really cute. All right, and then after that, we're going to do blush. This is a new palette from NARS. They were really popular. They have a blush that they still make that's really popular called Orgasm, and that's a powder. This is a cream blush palette. Again, if you have oily skin, cream blush I don't recommend for you because it's kind of greasy. I love it. These colors are fantastic. I've been using them all. And today I'm just going to pink up my cheeks because I have on like a pinky shirt. So I'm going to go a little crazy with the pink today. And I just use like a small, medium size, I guess this is like the size of it, brush. Gonna dab it in here and just pink my cheek up a little bit. Not too much, just a little. Nice healthy glow. And the other one, really simple. And this is blendable. And if you ever do too much, you can beauty blend it out, which I always do anyway, just because I like everything to blend together. So you're good on blush. Super easy, not too much. And then next is a highlight. I use this little fan brush. I have so many different highlights. Let me decide which one I want to use today.